started thinking about something, and I may have misled a few of you. The name of the group that I belong to is not called the Stray Dogs. That's the name of our chapter. I actually belong to the Christ Descendants of Pensacola, Florida, which, let me help clarify something. Within a group, an organization of bikers, especially a group of bikers that is in more than one location, such as if there is a group of this group. If the Christ Descendants, which we do, we have chapters in multiple areas. We are all Christ Descendants. However, each chapter has its own name, and my chapter, or excuse me, the chapter I belong to is the Stray Dogs. Clarification just for your information. Was thinking about some other stuff too. This would obviously be a great way for me to show my talent with not just the leather work, but with other things as well. I've done quite a bit of this leather work over the years, and I would hope that I am getting better at it. But again, it's something that I wouldn't mind sharing, you know. So if you guys, and I'm gonna post pictures, and I'm probably gonna post videos of the creation of some of my stuff, as long as I have permission to do that kind of stuff. If you, and okay, now this is based on if I make the decision to go ahead and work from home and take the job. I also remember that I didn't clarify what job that was either. I have done over the years tech support, computer technician, networking technician, software technician, such. And I was offered a position at Apple as an at-home advisor technician, and thought it would be a really cool idea because it's Apple, and also because they actually pay a little bit better than what I'm currently making. Now they don't have the opportunity for overtime like I'm getting right now, but as long as I'm making 40 hours a week, and as long as I balance it well, I can do both my leather work and tech support right on top of each other. So I'm not really losing time by spending double the hours, you know, working two jobs. Now obviously I'll have to, like I said, balance it very well, because there are some parts of leatherworking that are a little noisy, and that would be an interference, and I understand, to being on the phone and doing technical support. However, while working in call centers, some of you may know, and some of you may not. You may not have experienced this before, but in the call centers that I've worked in, I know that a lot of call center people will find things to do at their desk because it does become a little monotonous, is the word, I'm sure, because we see the same problems over and over and over and over and over. After a while, it gets repetitious, and you find things to do with your mind while coaching someone a speech that you've given a million other people. You find other things to do with your mind, such as, and there's some really cool stuff on the internet that you can do. Now, obviously not playing games and stuff like that, because we weren't allowed to do that, but there are websites called that have a crafting element to them, called paper crafting. And what they are is, imagine creating are like the models that you'll buy in a hobby store, and you bring them home and you build them. Well, this is paper crafting, and you're creating objects. I mean, of just about any kind you can think of: cars, planes, boats, so on. I mean, if you want to reconstruct a weapon that you saw on a video game, more than likely you can find that in a paper craft. And obviously it's not going to be serious or dangerous because all you're doing is folding paper and gluing paper. And there are a lot of them out there that look very, very cool. Papercraft.net, probably not correct on that, but I know that the website Papercraft is out there. I've made quite a few of them. And I actually did a lot of the design work for my current chapter's patch, the one we wear on our back. I did a lot of the design work and tooling work while I was working for one of these companies. So I know it can be done. I can make patches while I'm working on the phone. But like I said, when you've got that hammer and the chisel, that can be, it's probably not a good idea to do. But the cutting, the stenciling, the painting, I can do all that while I'm on the phone. Yes, I'm rationalizing. This is what I'm doing right now. But this is also pieces of the argument that I've been talking with other people about why I want to work from home, because if done correctly, and I've already tried working through this in my head, if done correctly, I can make almost the same amount I would make in a week at a 40-hour week job. Now, that's not to say that I would want to do just tooling by itself. That's a supplement. That's something that's going to help because, and this is the sad part that actually made me think of wanting to do this. This is, and if this weren't the case, I probably wouldn't be thinking about this right now. But Crystal, we found out that Crystal was pregnant back in October. At the time, she did not have short-term disability insurance. So we thought we had it and didn't really think about it until February came around. And the re-enrollment of her insurance came around, and she asked about it because we knew by that time, obviously, that we were going to be having a baby. So she asked about it, and they told her, no, you haven't had it. You don't have it. And because it's now a pre-existing issue, not a good word for that, pre-existing condition, you're not eligible for short-term disability. So when she goes on her leave, when she has the baby and she takes the time off after the baby to get better and to help get the baby acclimated and the rest of the house acclimated, she's not going to get paid at all unless she uses all of her vacation time, which she has some, but not enough to take the time that she's going to need. So I started thinking about ways that I could try and bring in more money. Now, the tooling is working. It's going to help, for sure. But with, like what I said earlier, and taking as many hours out of my day working for another company and by the time I get home, I'm not joking with you. I literally have, and this is if it's a short day. This is only if I only work 10 hours. I come home, I have 3 hours. Eat, clean, shower, and get comfortable in bed before I'm going to sleep. I have to be in bed 8:30 to be up at 5 a.m. Because yes, I'm not worth anything unless I've gotten 8 hours of sleep. So that leaves me my weekend. And I don't know about you guys. I don't like working 7 days a week. I'm not a fan. I like to have at least one day, one, maybe even two, for me, to spend time for me. Is that selfish? Am I being selfish? Probably, but I don't care. So, yeah, working from home and being able to do my leather at the same time, 2 jobs, making money, dedicating 8 to 10 hours a day, doing both of those jobs, and then still having my time and my weekends, if that's possible, or whatever days that I end up getting off for that other company. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. Now, I'm not going to be happy about leaving this current job because, like I said, I really like it. And I'm worried that should something happen, should the fact that it just doesn't work out, or I get a whole bunch of tooling done and I run out of work, God forbid, because I want to keep doing this stuff. I love working with my hands. I love being able to tool. But I also like using the knowledge that I have in situations like tech support and solving problems for people and helping them fix their problems, so on and so forth. So both aspects I would be using, like I am now with my current job. Reading diagrams, wiring charts, and also still working with my hands up and around. So, as I said before, both of them intrigue me. I really like the idea. And I've always wanted to work from home, and I've never had the opportunity. And it almost felt like both of these were dropped on me at the same time. Now, I turned Apple down a month ago when they offered me the job because I had just started getting used to the current job. And, you know, I mean, they said, well, if you ever change your mind, the offer stands. Call us back, and we'll see what happens. So, it's an offer. It's not you have the job, obviously. But it's something. And if things go well, and I believe tonight is going to be the night that I get to talk to Crystal. The first night I actually talked to her about it, she became pretty upset. She was upset, and we had to talk. And we sought some godly counsel from an awesome woman that goes to church with us. Thank you very much, Susan. And one of your children will probably show you this video, so thank you, Susan. So tonight is the night we decided we were going to put all of it aside for a few days, not talk about it, let it steep, let us both have time to seek counsel, get into our words, seek God's wisdom, and find out what the best course of action is for this. Now, a lot of people have said so far that are very observant, actually. I'm a big kid at heart. I really am. And that's something I don't think is ever going to change. I can pretty much thank a few things for that. Not that I never grew up or anything like that. I've become responsible and adult. But when my son gets here, dude, there's just going to be another kid in the house. and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with him. Him and I are gonna play, and I seriously, I can't wait, man. It's just, it's gonna be so awesome, so awesome. But yeah, you can tell I'm excited. I'm sure. I'm excited. I can't wait. But you know, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna let you go for now.